Hi everyone, Andragon with you. So I'd like to share my experience of playing the current mutation. We played it with Dobro, another streamer and clan leader, so it's basically two clan leaders in one game. And as a result, it seems that this mutation is kind of irritating, so your minerals are blocked. From time to time, enemies have double life and they are having a barrier, so the first time you deal damage, they are surrounded by a barrier.
Greetings, commanders. Amon seeks to destroy Ulnar by capturing its celestial locks and allowing their energies to overload. Your objective is to activate all 5 locks. It will take units from both of your armies to do so. Work together and prevail.
So actually the mission is getting these 5 locks, and to do so you need both your units to be near it. It requires some time, and actually for the last time when I played this mission, I thought that it's a good idea to pick a worker, because when you press F2 you will just sometimes have nobody near your ally near the lock, so you use drones for that reason. Okay, anyway, for the start of the game, it's important to know who you play against. I'll show you how minerals are blocked according to the mutator soon. So first of all, you may try to expand or defeat the stones, right? So that's how it works. Mineral shield around your minerals avoids to harvest. And it happens sometimes. Notice that they are neutral, so I had to just push what to destroy. These mineral blocks are detected as neutral units or structures, so you need to focus them. And here we go. So I pretended that, okay, we'll try to get the first wave here, but unfortunately it went from the back. So anyway, we need to fight here. It's kind of painful because, as you can see, the first time enemy unit gets damage, it's surrounded by a shield. So like this zealot, now it's defended properly, and each of them has double life. So it's kind of painful, but I really wanted to kill the guards first and then kill the units which attack, not all of them at the same time. As you see, it's kind of painful because of double life, but still we did what I wanted. Now mass zealots, still need to deal with them. And the most important for me is not to lose Dehaka, because it requires either time or drones to be repaired, so you need to control it properly. Meanwhile, my ally got his economy and necessary buildings. Not mass units, but it's okay for now. I'm trying to get all the necessary technologies, so fast bosses. Fast bosses will provide you with necessary support for your ally. And of course, I still need the second base to be more successful in this game. So the problem is we have Sky Protoss against us, and as a result, when you fight versus SC2, you need something more versus Sky, obviously. So Dobro had to switch his army into something like more anti-air. Same about me, so I swapped my casual mushroom power into hydralisks. As you can see, he has an army, but all he can do is Archons for now. And of course, when you add Dragoons, it's okay, so Dragoons, Archons, and so it's okay. But it might be even better if you play SC2. So actually that's your choice, because versus SC2 you may use your own SC2, right? And another thing is he has scouts, so they are effective versus your Sky. That's why I chose not to play by like Sky Zerg. Instead I got mass hydralisks. And while we are picking this position, Two attacks are coming. As you can see, we need to do something with it, so I had enough support from Murvar, and the attack is quite near, that's why it's preferable to deal with the attack while you are here. And the second attack will probably go somewhere here, so you might want either to deal with it later or just to go on pushing here. Unfortunately, I just didn't have time to correct this mistake, so it's preferable to have some structures here. You notice that, so you might get a cannon somewhere here. And as you can see, actually, here I made a mistake. So instead of attacking this position, I thought, okay, so this lock is blocked, it's overloaded, and it requires time to be cleared. Otherwise, we lose the game. So we need to clear all the 5 locks and hold them, right? So I thought, okay, I have an army, I have a boss, Dark Rune. Why not clean this? But still we have an attacks here, and I thought, okay, maybe we'll need to like do each his role. I'll attack here, and Dobro will protect there. So I told him, if you can, please protect. I thought it will be here, and he will deal with it easily. But unfortunately, the enemy attack was more clever, so instead of just attacking his army, it just tried to pick the lock, and as a result it got protected by main forces defending the lock, and my ally thought that his army is good enough to deal with both powers. As you can see, mass scouts are effective against sky units, and they are not very effective against land units. That's why I chose to play land units. And actually Dobro has nice sky, so I don't mind if he goes sky. But here there was a problem. So if you look here, yes, he dealt with the first wave, the shield, the ultimate ability. So actually he cleared the lock. He cleared it from the guards. But something went wrong here, so if you look more attentive, so something is definitely wrong. I can't say that it's like a serious mistake from him, because anyway he dealt with the defense, he helped with the attack, and he did what I wanted him to do. But the only problem is that he didn't see all the units attacking. So meanwhile here I had some trouble too, but I cleared half of the territory. Then I looked here and saw that something went wrong, so I probably need to retreat and help my ally here. Not to lose all my army and not to lose all his army. So what's wrong here? Here comes another attack. Finally I helped. And that's the clue. So basically, Dark Templars were killing his units, and at first, like when you have a battle, you don't pay enough attention to them, because you have other things to do, right? So more enemy units. Finally we are together. I'll help here as much as I can. My Hydralisks have special abilities for speed, for attack. And meanwhile I am trying to like deal with all the attacks possible. Here we dealt enough damage, now we need to defend somewhere here and get this lock back. My ally meanwhile swap his forces into Sky, Protoss. As you can see, we need some microcontrol versus this kind of army. Yeah, we need some microcontrol. And of course we need more anti-air units. And here again, so if you pick a drone, you are likely to get the lock in time. If you pick a unit like Zealot or something like that, then beware of F2. F2 will just make your unit run somewhere. That's why I often get drones here. So anyway, we are picking the locks, because Dobro cleared this area for me. We can pick it now. Here the lock will be back soon. Here I have special primal worm versus shields. And my ally just cleans them with the probes. It still works because only 50 damage. And unfortunately we have some trouble because we still need to deal with 2 waves. So here everything's fine, we picked the lock, we defeated opponent, and here I used Morvar to win us enough time just not to let the lock down. That's why I like playing Dehaka, because he has bosses which can win time or even control the situation if necessary. Okay, so meanwhile I decided to finish what I started before. We need to capture this lock not to overload for too long. And basically now our army is effective versus SC2. As you can see, my ally plays Sky, I play Max Hydralisks. Still we need to go together because it's kind of aggressive. And unfortunately the ultimate ability did not hit the Max Scouts, so we had to clear them by our own forces. Meanwhile, another attack here, we are forced to defend there. So I decided that it's necessary to get some units here just to finish these few structures. And main forces should defend our main base, right? So that's exactly what we did. I got an attack here. Unfortunately, here I'm not very attentive, and instead of defeating the main parts of carriers, I'm trying to fight with interceptors sometimes. That's a mistake, of course, but I had a boss, his ability, and finally I started focusing the carriers. Why it's wrong to deal with interceptors? You have double carrier, double interceptor, that's 4 times interceptor, and each of them has a barrier. So it's like 4 plus barrier, it's not effective. That's why you focus the carriers. Okay, meanwhile, we got the lock, everything seems fine. Both of us have enough army, at least I think so. See, so 130 each of us has. Then we need to go on anyway. So for some reason I decided, okay, we might want to get the additional quest, so it's necessary to clear this location, to move between locations more easier, right? Like, easier movement is preferable. But still we need to defeat the SC2, I mean, yeah. So here I cleared the situation. Meanwhile we're having an attack here and my ally went to help here. And finally there comes the Arbiters. So Arbiters are perfect units, they cloak your main forces, they can freeze half of your army by the first ability, and they can teleport your army into the necessary location. So Arbiters are very nice units. Actually, you can see that most of enemies are cloaked here, and I will be forced to find again SC2 here as well. So first of all, we see here that for now everything seems fine. Still too many scouts around, scouts dealing heavy damage to Tempests. As I told you before, scouts are very effective against Sky units. Meanwhile, I'm trying to fight here with the same limit. As you can see now, I focus the carriers instead of interceptors, and that's why it goes quite fast to destroy the opponent. As soon as there are no carriers, I can just press A click and everything's fine. But unfortunately, my ally had enough pain here and I need to help. It's okay, because I still have Dehaka, the lock is not captured, and we still have some forces around. And again, my mistake, see? So at first I started to focus not the carriers, but interceptors. Fortunately, I found it out quite soon and fixed that. So finally, Mix versus Sky is ready. Yes, I suffered some losses, but I can just get more Hydralisks. Unfortunately, I forgot about some upgrades, but the most important thing is get 4 bosses and make special upgrades. So it's okay for me now. Meanwhile, 2 more attacks. We still have timer, kind of timer, right? That's why I just thought, okay, let's deal with the opponent here, if possible. My ally is ready, but he'll probably help me with another wave. Fortunately, both waves came here, and as a result, it was kind of nice to fight with them. 2 save resources. My ally helped with ultimate ability. And finally, we need to make a choice. Anyway, we need to deal with this place. So I use bosses, I use all my forces. Here I made a little mistake. I need to go further to let dragoons fight too. Everything goes well. As you can see, now I'm trying to focus the carriers. And here comes another Sky Protoss, one of the armies. Actually, everything's fine. So yes, for some time I was A-clicking, but now I'm again focusing the carriers. And it seems okay here. Meanwhile, we are getting the second base captured. So we need to finish here, it's not so hard. And we need to get back our previous log. We don't have anything to highlight this area, that's why I cannot help. My Hydralisk is here. Now we can start. So basically several units are left here to capture the lock, and meanwhile we are getting rid of this attack. I noticed that something stealth is here, so I burned it out using my special boss's ability. And finally we can see the Skytos. As you can see, it was burned by the ability nicely, so we need only to finish him right now. And here comes the question, do we need to get the additional quest or we just can go and win this game? Actually, I thought that we can win this game right now, right? So no problems. But just for fun, I want here to clear at least the guards and deal some damage to Xel'Naga construct. So, like, pretending that we can do the quest, yes, but we decided to win. And while we were busy doing it, we have 2 attacks around, and that's very bad. Another Skytos with 4 carriers with double life and 5 scouts. As you can see, I'm trying to focus the carriers again. And it works, of course, it's okay. My ally helps a lot. And now we are having another attack here. It clears our second bases, but it's not a problem, because we can win the game, right? Meanwhile, while my anti-air forces fight here, my anti-land forces, as Darkrune, tried to deal with Xel'Naga construct. And as you can see, it wasn't very hard to deal with the construct, so actually we could win here. And the only thing that I thought, okay, so there's an attack into our main base, we want to win the game, right? It will not deal enough damage to destroy our main base anyway, but there's a little chance that Lock Overload will deal that damage instead, so we still might lose. That's why we dealt with one Xel'Naga construct, and as you can see, we can kill another one, the base will hold. Here I could just pick Dehaka and move him something like here, just to save this progress, not to let it down, and then kill the construct and then win the game, right? But we decided not to risk, just to save our nerves, and as a result we won just the game. So the construct has double life, be ready for that. So you need to waste some time with your army to deal with the construct, and we decided to win, that's why. Okay, that's how we did with the current mutation.
The enemy is...
As you can see, it's not super hard, but still it requires some attention from both players. So you need to look to be captured. I recommend using drones for that reason. You need to control the map all the time, so one goes versus one attack, another versus another attack. If something went wrong, you can help each other. And all the time, remember to push. So you need to clear the locks one by one between attacks. That's how we do it. And the Sky Protoss is irritating because units on default are focusing the interceptors while you need to focus the carriers. They have double life and so on. Okay guys, thank you for watching. and see you in my next videos. Good luck to you.